In the last lecture, we've discussed about stateful firewalls and how do they work. Let's go to the terminal and create a stateful firewall from scratch, which is very good for a desktop operating system. This is the kind of firewall I'm using on my personal laptop, and I can say that I haven't had any problems in years. I'm gonna create a bash script that contains all Iptables rules. At the beginning of the script, I'm flashing the filter table of all chains, Iptables -f. Then I allow loopback traffic, always allow loopback traffic on input and output chains. Iptables -a input, -i, the incoming interface, LO, -j accept. And the same for the output chain. Now we have the outgoing interface, which is LO, -j accept. The loopback traffic is permitted. The rules until this point could be part of any firewall. I'm starting the stateful firewall part. As I said earlier, it's a good idea to drop invalid packets on input and output chains. These are the packets that cannot be identified in any state. Iptables -a input, -m state, -- state, invalid. -j drop. And the same for the output chain. This kind of firewall is very good for a desktop operating system. This means that there are no services running or no one connects to them from the outside. The host communicates to any destination and uses any protocol, so all outgoing traffic is permitted, but only the return traffic is allowed. This means that I should accept on the input chain only the packets that are in the established or related states. This is the return traffic. And on the output chain, I'll allow packets that are in new, established, and related states. It means all traffic, including packets that initialize new connections. Iptables -a input, -m state, --- state, established, related, -j accept. Always write the states in uppercase letters. And the rule for the output chain for outgoing traffic. Iptables -a output, -m state, --- state, and we have new packets that establish new connections, established, and related. -j accept. And finally, I set the policy to drop on input and output chains. All traffic that was not priorly permitted will be dropped. Iptables -p input drop and Iptables -p output drop. That's all. I'm saving the script and then make it executable and run it. Let's test outgoing traffic. Ping 8.8.8.8. And ping is working. Let's test HTTP or HTTPS. HTTPS is working. And I also test SSH. I'm going to connect to Linux 2. And SSH is working. Perfect. Now, let's test new incoming connections. From Linux 2, I'll ping Linux 1. Ping and the IP address of Linux 1. And ping is not working. packets are dropped on the input chain. Let's test SSH. SSH is not working. All packets that initialize new connections are dropped on the input chain. No new incoming connections are allowed, and this is secure. Let's list the firewall. And we see packets dropped by the policy on the input chain. There's also an invalid packet that has been dropped. This is very good, but however, there are cases when we want to allow new incoming connections from a specific IP address or protocol. For example, we want to allow incoming SSH connections only from a management station, so from a given IP address. How could we do that? It's very simple. At the beginning of the script, we add a rule that permits incoming TCP packets which are in the new state if the protocol is SSH and the source IP address the given one. In the same script, somewhere at the beginning, I'll add a new rule. In fact, it doesn't matter where I add the rule, but it's better to be at the beginning because I want to permit the packet fast now after many other rules have been checked. So iptables -a input -ptcp -d port 22, and now the new state -m state -state new -s the given IP address, the IP address that is allowed, and it's Linux 2. -j accept. I'm saving the script and then test it again. I'm running the script, and from Linux 2, I'll try to connect using SSH to Linux 1. And now SSH is working. Perfect. Let's list the firewall again. And we see there's one packet that has been accepted by the new rule.